Rodger, you've described this groupness, and of course every youth group has an aspiration to this groupness, but then the youth minister is going to ask, how do I get it, what do I do, and what do you mean 19 hours? Give us some help on those questions.
So sort of the saving grace about this is that these 19 hours don't have to be contiguous. That is, they don't have to be connected to one another, but they do have to be continuous. And that's where the great challenge lies for us. And when I say continuous, what I mean is the same people who start building these group hours together have to be the people who continue on the journey and come to the close of it, to get to groupness. And everybody knows in this day and age, it is so hard to get the same people together consistently over the course of time if you're meeting like once a week or once every 2 weeks or so. Every time a new young person comes or someone who was there drops out, the research says you are back to hour one. And so consequently, I think most of our youth groups, most of our youth ministry programs are constantly hitting hour one, because the group keeps changing. The problem with that is the research is showing very clearly that young people, even adults, get weary of hitting that hour one over and over again and never getting to the sense of what it means to be a group. So part of what I'm encouraging congregations to think about, parishes to think about, is to construct something like a retreat or a lock-in or some kind of a conference that works really, really hard to start and launch the year, let's say in the fall sometime, with an overnight that guarantees you 17 hours, and you work really hard to make sure that those who are committed to this retreat or this lock-in or this conference are the same people and willing to commit to that whole amount of time. The other piece that's really interesting and sort of the saving grace about this continuous number of hours is that you don't have to do group building activities like Icebreaker 103 after hour 14. What it means is people are just together doing group things. Now, that I will say, there's interesting research that's emerging about how we can help technology not to invade distractions again. So if I've got a group of young people and all they're doing is listening to their headphones the entire time, that's going to be a hindrance to groupness. So there are some behaviors that we're identifying that will help build that groupness during the course of that time. But it has to be continuous, not necessarily contiguous, but it has to be continuous. And it has to focus on people being together during the course of that time.